Morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.
So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. Of course, my name is Stephen Reese. We're here until 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning. We're coming off the back of a busy carnival weekend. And make no mistake about it, carnival is in full swing. The Flavor Village was opened last week and the John Cupid Carnival Village was opened on, I think it was the Saturday. And let me tell you, there was an incident coming out of that. But I tell you what, there was a guy on social media, I take him in, and he put out a video on it making a lot of sense, boy, because I'm telling you, there are trigger words out here or just politics at play. It's kind of ridiculous, but we'll get to that. We'll take a look at that, right? We come off the back of a weekend where Newsday announced the closing of its doors. They're going to shut down operations at Newsday. And of course, for the last 11 going in 12 years now, Newsday has been a part of the program and a feature in the program. But I think there's a deeper conversation to have as it relates to that, because a lot of media houses have, signaled, a panic button of sorts or disappointment or whatever you want to call it in terms of a media house closing its doors. Unfortunately, that is the world that we live in. We live in a world where conventional media is becoming a thing of the past, and news has always been just that, the past, right? However, social media and the rise of social media has brought a different element to how people, get their news. And sometimes they get it in real time. All right? And not hours later or a day later, and it's an interesting thing. And we're in the digital world as well. Everything seems to be transforming towards that in a big way. Technology, artificial intelligence, everything is here. Even television. I don't know how many years we have again, but we go into battle. As we usually do, but we'll get into that discussion a little further as well when we open the phone lines and take some of your calls. All right, those are some of the things that happened over the weekend. Another thing is, boy, I hear Carnival birthday on our big system, boy. Chris, I feel, listening to it on YouTube and thing, I didn't feel the vibes, but I heard on our big system over the weekend. It could pick up a storm. It could pick up some heat in the coming weeks. I feel so. Go on Friday and knock it there, but we'll see. Interesting carnival season. Right now though, when you're talking about groovy, I think full blown and that respectfully yours, that gone clear. And when you're talking about power soca, Bungie Garlin, boy, that's still a road man. That's the tune right now. We'll see if anybody have any rabbits to pull out their hat as we go along. But like I said, the carnival is in full swing. So we get into the news and the Newsday. Don't forget we have Eid Nights on a little bit later on this morning. So Mohit condemns elderly abuse and says all grants paid on time. What was the issue here? Chaguanas East MP Vandana Mohit has condemned any violence or other forms of abuse towards the elderly following the mysterious death of a 74-year-old woman Dodani Mary Sukranan, whose decomposing body was found in her Edinburgh 500 home on January the 8th. And she said, as this particular matter is before the police, the ministry remains on standby to send out any representatives to contact remaining family members. In her portfolio as People, Family Development and Social Services Minister, Moit also denied any claims that the government has cut social services grants. She said all January 2026 grants were processed and paid by January 1st, although she noted one delay caused by a machine breakdown at NIB. She said any further delays fall outside of the ministry's control and lie with financial institutions and their processing timelines. These grants, she said, include over $3 billion spread across 100,000 senior citizens for pension payments. And between May and December, Moit said the government dispersed millions in social assistance. She said 60 million was dispersed through the food support program, which approved over 275 new beneficiaries, over 1 million in home repair grants, and 4 million in disaster relief assistance grants. And she said for the first time, the ministry also implemented temporary food card support with MPs in all 41 constituencies receiving $550 food cards to distribute over the Diwali season. And of course, she said additional support was given during the Christmas season, with MPs receiving 250 food cards for distribution at a cost of over $5 million. Moit also announced an upcoming revision of the standard means test to assess grant eligibility. So, yeah. Listen, I know Vandana. We, like I said, we've worked together with the Cerebral Palsy Society. And when she got this appointment, I said they put the right person in the right place. She gonna make sure everything run right in our ministry, you know. I remember speaking to her some months ago, and she her head wanted to pop because the amount of things that they were discovering inside there that they had to clean up. You see, and this is the thing, they're cleaning up a mess. You understand? Tim Gopi Singh spoke the other day on the NCRHA. Farouz Khan spoke about what was going on in the HEC. We had $500,000 houses being constructed at a cost of $2 million. That is madness. And no, there has not been any cuts to any social assistance programs. My God, I don't know where you all, anyhow, we will get into that discussion, yes? I'm not going to say I know where all let's get that from, no? Which source of the news, if you understand what I'm saying. Second fire hours after blaze in La Romaine. New Grant man wounded in Maruga shooting. Amendments to Maternity and Retrenchment Acts. Kamala says major wins for working families. What are these amendments? The Prime Minister has described as major wins for working families. Several announcements made on Sunday at a UNC press conference, including expanded maternity protections and parental leave coming, as well as revised laws to strengthen and widen the net for people who have lost their jobs because of redundancy. Right? For the first time, she said the law will formally recognize paternity and parental leave, extending benefits to adoptive parents and guardians, and applying parental leave where a mother dies following childbirth. And those reforms will include the introduction of paid breastfeeding breaks, strengthening protections against workplace discrimination, ban pregnancy testing for job applications and employees, guarantee a return to the same job after maternity, paternity, or parental leave, shift the burden of proof to employers, extend full protections to contract workers, and fast-track cases through the industrial court. And you could go on, you could read that in the news this morning. Right? Uptown Fascinators, right? The South Band share the small pan title or small band pan title. Remember, that was over the weekend here, down in Skinner Park, man. So Southern Steel Orchestra, the South Band of Siparia, and Uptown Fascinators of Tobago were declared joint champions of the National Panorama Small Conventional Band Finals after finishing level on points at the finals at Skinner Park, San Fernando on January the 10th. All right, so we had a tie dog in the small band category, boy. Wider protection for parents and retrenched workers. That's from the Labour Minister as it relates to what I just read. Clico Investment Bank claim against Clico thrown out. State loses battle for Valsane lands. Ministry says the post on licensing office hours is fake. There was this fake document going around saying there had been a change in the opening hours or the operating hours of license office. All license office, Ryson Road, Caroni, South, wherever. Which was, eventually it came out that it was fake. It was a fake document going around. 3 arrested in Couva, stolen car recovered. And the ministry says that the launch of Carnival Village was a success. Media bodies warn of democratic and industry fallout as Newsday winds up operations. Psychologist says society can benefit from sustained equitable law enforcement. Right? And I see that Priya Bihari, is Priya Bihari the new head of the Media Association? Let me see. The Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago elected a new executive on January 10th, but celebrations over a decisive victory were overshadowed by deep concern over the impending closure of Newsday newspaper. The team, led by incoming president Priya Bihari, who is the editor-in-chief of APZ News, swept all 7 positions, and voting took place in Port of Spain, San Fernando, and Tobago. Campaigning under the theme Stronger Mat, Bihari's slate prevailed in what he later described as a short and entertaining campaign. Bihari succeeds Dale Enoch, head of news at Radio I-95.5 FM, who led an interim executive initially appointed for 3 months in 2023. And that mandate ultimately extended to more than 2 years after no elections were held during that time. Joining Bihari on the new executive are Kijan Haynes, Vice President, Philip Matheson, Secretary, Shivani Lal, Assistant Secretary, Vinda Suraj, Treasurer, and floor members Jermaine Cruikshank and Yvonne Webb. This is interesting. This is interesting, you know. It's interesting because prior, and APZ News, to my knowledge, APZ News is a social media news platform. All right. Kijan Haynes, of course, is with CNC3. Okay. All right, so those are some of the headlines in paper. Now, I don't have the physical paper, so I do not know what may have occurred over the last few hours, which Newsday have not uploaded to their site. And that's the other thing, too. They take a while before they upload, and update the site, because what is on the front page of the paper is never on the online site. There's probably about 3 or 4, maybe 5 news stories that are going to pop up during the course of the morning that should have been there already before the morning even started. But anyway, we'll get into Newsday and that discussion in a little bit. But before we do that, I want to remind you about Chef Shiraz, because today is the 12th of January. So for those of you who signed up early, on the 10th of January, 2 days ago, of course, he had one of the courses that went. But the 31st of January is your next deadline. And he has the Creative International Cuisine Cooking course on January 31st. He has the Baking and Pastry 1 course on the 31st of January as well. And then in February, we'll have the City and Guilds Diploma 3. So to get yourself registered for the 2 courses on the 31st of January, you need to contact Chef on 372-4639 or 737-5097. Those are the numbers to call, so make sure and contact him today. And you can boost your immune system with Jameson, man. So boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as your cold fighter with Echinacea Vitamin C Chews with the honey lemon flavor. And for additional support, try the delicious Vitamin D3 Chews and Ultra Strength Zinc. You can chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. All right, so that's Jameson. So with that, we are 17 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. We're going to take the first break. I'll take the first break. And then when we come back from that break, we're going to visit the closure of Newsday and the concerns of the media bodies which warn of democratic and industry fallout as Newsday winds up operations. But more to that, we will speak about where you get, where we are right now in terms of where you get your news, how the dynamics have changed over time. For those of you who grew up in a time like me, where the first thing you do as you wake up on a morning was you used to go and get a newspaper. Right? That's a tradition. That's what they used to do. But Newsday themselves had raised their price to $5. I think Newsday was the highest priced newspaper, at $5. Because they were not $5 on a weekend, you know. You know, usually a newspaper would raise their price going into the weekend on particularly a Sunday. You'd pay used to pay like $1 more for the newspaper. But Newsday's price went to $5 Monday to Sunday. I think the other newspapers sell at $4. And I think Express sells at $5, if I'm not mistaken, on a Sunday. But I think $4 is the but so they were selling, they were priced about a dollar higher than the other newspapers. And I was wondering like why. And I think they sent up the price on the paper like twice or 3 times over the last probably six years, right? But we'll get into the article about the media bodies and them warning of possible democratic and industry fallout. But stay tuned, we're going to be back after this. Don't go anywhere, Breaking Dawn continues. It's going to be an interesting discussion, man.
Is your life stuck in the same struggles again and again? Pandith Bhargav helps remove negative energy, solve love problems, fix marriage disputes, clear financial stress, and stabilize job and business issues. With accurate psychic, palm, and horoscope readings, he guides you toward the right path. His powerful 30-minute session brings quick relief and clear direction. Take the first step today. Call +1 868 If
you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificating culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurses nurse or supply everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
This school term, Massage the Food King is here to help you make everyday living more affordable. With back-to-school deals on Cook's Made Quick Oats, 226 grams, 4 packs now 20. Matuks Peanut Butter, 250 grams, 2 tubs now 20. Golden Brand Margarine, 225 grams, 3 sticks 20. Guiltless Yum Yogurt, 4 tubs 20. Rosemont Chicken Vienna Sausages, 4 tins 20. Baslam Mac and Cheese, 3 packs 20. Catelli Tomato Ketchup, 750 ml, 3 packs 20. Sierra Chicken Frank, 340 grams, 3 packs for 20. Plus, more family essentials on Aqua Water, 24 by 330 ml, 5 cases, $90. Dutch potato, 5 pounds, now $10. Swiss macaroni, spaghetti and pasta cuts, 4 packs, now 20. Fruit to Cool Kids, 2 cases, $95. Habibi soybean oil, 1 liter, 2 for $29.99. 10 Gala apples, now $20. Banana, 3 pounds, 20. Creamery ice cream, 2 gallons, $99. Deals end January 11 or while stocks last.
By public demand, the draw date for the 3-car raffle presented on behalf of Queens Royal College is now extended to Saturday, January 24th.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger.
New draw date, Saturday, January 24th.
Tickets only $100.
All tickets already purchased remain valid, and additional tickets at $100 are still available at
IslandEtickets.com.
Legends Sports Bar, Point Fortin,
6 Lickermont Barnes Road,
Mileage Mac, Port of Spain and San Fernando,
Pitt Street Market, RMP Avenue,
Mepco, Maraval,
Tony's Hardware, Belmont,
Shane's Supermarket, Aruka,
Hot Shop, Mucurapo Road,
St. James Pharmacy, opposite the Police Barracks,
Anderson Fashion, opposite City Gate, Icebox, Riverside Road, Current,
Tabity Discount Hardware, both outlets,
Color Shop, Diego Martin and St. James,
Juma Supermarket, Valencia,
MS Food City, Tebe,
Mirage Supermarket, Pache Main Road. The deadline for ticket purchase is Monday, 19th January. Get your tickets now.
Call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
At Lashana's Palette Design, we turn simple wood into stunning professional palette furniture for any space. Cozy up your living room, elevate your bedroom, dine in style or relax outdoors, all with custom designs made just for you. Bring your vision to life with custom-built furniture that tells your story. Call or WhatsApp us today at 868-366-0800 and follow our social media to see the magic at Lashana's Palette Design.
All right, so we're back, and as we return, let me just remind you about Set Wild aboard. As we hit 26 minutes past your 6 o'clock. Set Wild's Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy, and it's very simple. Why manage our disease when you could reverse it naturally? And it is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you can call or WhatsApp to book your appointment today, 279-3935 or 761-1952. And do not forget, Seth has the book out. He has his book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. You can pick up that book at any RIK bookstore across the country. I urge you to pick it up and take a read in that book. It's gonna open your eyes to a lot of things. And you could also get it on Amazon, and you could also call those same numbers on the screen, 279-3935 or 761-1952, and you could order it from Seth directly. Okay. Give me the Newsday closure headline. We are talking about this. Newsday is the second media outlet to close its doors within the last year. Loop TT shut its operation down last year, and now Newsday is also shutting down. Now, you got to keep in mind that as opposed to Guardian and Express, Newsday is not part of a conglomerate. So, the reason why Guardian and Express may have a little more time or might last a little longer is because they are part of a conglomerate. And it's not just the newspaper. There are several entities within those conglomerates that will last a little longer because of the design of a conglomerate, right? Where you have, everything feeding each other, so to speak. But Newsday is not that type of media house, which belongs to a conglomerate, right? Now, I'm going to read this article that was in the Newsday. You go on the phone line, take some calls, and I might call my GM and find out what is his position on it being in media for so long. But we've noticed certain trends over a particular period of time. The rise of social media. When I started this program in 2014, Facebook was just coming into its element and becoming popular. And I remember that was the time when I started the program. That was the time when the People's Partnership was in government. And I remember there was a video circulating with a particular minister in a hotel room, and right. That video that broke at that time, that was at the start of the Breaking Dawn, program. And that is where social media was just becoming, it was just coming into itself, right? It wasn't as prominent as it is now. And you didn't have so many different social media outlets in terms of the IG and the TikTok and all these things. Facebook was it. And we were like, wow. And then you started to get this overspill of other social media platforms over time, right? And others have become more prominent than Facebook and so on and so forth. But on all of these social media platforms, people get their news, right? They get news because news breaks in real time. And there are a lot of elements of media that have been very slow to adapt. Not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but other parts of the Caribbean. I'm not going to say for Europe and United, I can't speak to that, but the Caribbean itself, very slow to adapt. So media bodies warn of a possible democratic and industry fallout as Newsday moves to close its operations. The impending closure of the local daily newspaper after 32 years of publication has triggered an outpouring of concern from media practitioners and regional organizations. Many have described the development as a major blow to journalism, media diversity, and democratic discourse in Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. On January 9th, the company announced that it petitioned the High Court to wind up operations, and the first hearing is on January 19th. The Trinidad and Tobago Publishers and Broadcasters Association, the TTPBA, said it was saddened by the news that the newspaper was winding down operations. It described the loss as a result of a convergence of economic, technological, and structural pressures affecting the media industry. In a statement, the TTPBA noted that changing consumption habits and rapid technological shifts have had a profound impact on print media globally, forcing news organizations to adapt in increasingly difficult environments. It observed businesses across Trinidad and Tobago have also been grappling with reduced trading activity exacerbated by low foreign exchange availability. Now, it went on to say, quote, "The journalists who gather the news are, in the end, an important part of the democratic society in which we live. The association said media houses must now redouble our commitment to the population that we serve," end quote. The TTPBA also pointed to quiet consolidation within the industry as media houses struggle to survive, calling Newsday's departure from the media landscape a sad loss given the mark it made since entering the market in the early 1990s. Regional media watchdog, the Media Institute of the Caribbean, MIC, echoed those concerns, warning the closure signals a deepening structural crisis for traditional media across the region. MIC viewed the paper's winding up operations as more than a single corporate decision, but part of a wider regional trend marked by declining advertising revenue, rising production costs, and changing audience behavior. The implications extend beyond newsroom jobs to the health of democratic discourse, media pluralism, and citizens' access to diverse, independent sources of verified information. Right? Now, we could go on and we could go on and we could go on. But the fact of the matter is that there has been a decline in revenue for conventional media sources, platforms. Print media is one of them that has been hit hard with that. And first we have to understand that the newspaper prints the news and you're going to read about it long after it happened. Now, nothing was wrong with that in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. However, now you have a competitor to conventional media, which is social media, that breaks the news as it happens. And you have conventional media as well using social media platforms to source their news and to get it in real time, right? The days of reporters leaving Port of Spain to run down south or to go up in the east to get a story is not as it used to be, because you have the news coming to you rather than you have to go to the news. So there are several different elements of media that is fading. We also have to understand that we are living in ever-changing times in terms of the changing of an era. So a lot of the people who might believe in conventional media still are no longer really holding those positions that decisions are made on where to place a company's money for advertising. Those positions have been filled with a new generation of persons who use social media, who believe that social media gives them more value than conventional media. So you have all of these marketing people that sit in a lot of these positions, where these positions are being filled with a younger generation, that they're not interested in print media. They might not be interested in television to a certain extent. Radio, they might still see value, because you're going to work on a morning, you're listening to your radio. You're leaving work to go home, you're stuck in traffic, you know you have a few hours, radio is going to entertain you. So they know that radio still has some value. As it relates to TV and print media, that is dwindling fast. All right, that's fading fast. You know, so we in conventional media, we always have to keep up with everything that's going on, because as time goes by, we're going to be in a particular position here. I'm going to get a GM on the line, because Obi was talking with me during the break. He has a lot to say on this. So he's a man that in media for many, many years. I hope he answers his phone here, you know, because I don't know if he heard when I said I might call you. Right, yes, he answered. All right, so I got General Manager O'Brien Haynes on the line. We're going to chat with him about this situation with Newsday and the different developments that have been taking place in media on the whole, and this monster that has, you know, come to compete with us called social media. Obi, morning.
Morning, Steph. How are you doing?
I did cool, man. This was, well, last night, over the weekend, as soon as the story broke, I remember I sent you the headline. So I say, you know, Monday morning is a good morning to call O'Brien Haynes, because we have had these discussions as it relates to conventional media, and well, I don't want to term it like this, but the potential death of things that we know of media platforms we know to be conventional, you know, coming in and you know, certain people, they're not adapting and they're not seeing it coming. But you have always spoken to that in meetings that we have had here at Synergy TV, telling us that, you know, we have to adapt. And even in times where I remember we were in Antigua and we were having a group call on the whole situation with coverage of the carnival and some of the events. And I think, as I mentioned, well, you know, we had to up the social media game. And then your response to that was, well, that is feeding to our competitor and saying that our competitor is more powerful than us. And you understand, I remember those conversations. So let me get your thoughts on this as it relates to Newsday shutting down. We had Loop TT last year as well. Where is conventional media really headed? Where are we?
The thing about it is that Trinidad and Tobago, and particularly the Caribbean, has unfortunately allowed our media format to function on muscle memory. If you take a look at what exists in media, whether it is newspaper, television, or even radio, the way the programming is done, the way they present their products annually is done by muscle memory. It's the same format, same approach, same existence. Without understanding and recognizing that social media is a behemoth, you mentioned 2013, 2014, has grown so much within that period that it has become a force. What is also interesting is the fact that as media practitioners, the very thing we're talking about that we use as a tool, which is social media, to transfer information, to research stories, to follow up and verify what really happened, is the very thing. So we use it as a tool in our job, but it's also the thing that competes against us. All right? This is not a question of money. When you talk about shrinking advertising revenue, yes, but it's also the practice of consumers to use social media. The more that becomes prevalent, the more of a threat we see happening within our industry. And unfortunately, while we're talking about it, all of us in charge of media from a management perspective, we talk about it all the time. But if you look at us year in, year out over the last 5-10 years, there's very little that has been done to challenge it, to upgrade our approach. There's subtle things, minor things, as opposed to really aggressively approaching it. Whilst from a corporate perspective, most of the people who depend on for revenue, most of the organizations, they have been evolving their format. Take, for example, KFC, one of the most popular things that people consume in Trinidad and Tobago. KFC has been introduced for a while now an app where you can order and function. In the same way, they started to move a portion of what they use for conventional media advertising into social media. We've seen it with Courts, we've seen it with TSTT, B-Mobile. I'm talking big companies here that media companies depend on as a lifeline for survival. When you see those things happening and you do nothing to adjust what you do, whether it is downsizing your formula, which is difficult because most people doing the job feel that they're worth so much and they value so much, but they don't, I'm talking about people working in media, but they don't consider at the same time, okay, the job that I do that I expect to be paid X amount of thousands of dollars for per month is now being taken over or it's being done for a lesser price in another format. Because if you look at the cost of advertising on social media versus the cost of advertising on conventional, it's chalk and cheese, and what you get for the spend is way more. And gradually, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, we're seeing the effectiveness of it. So all of these challenges shape the landscape. We also have to ultimately recognize what you said at the beginning, that the death of conventional media is well underway. And unfortunately, some of us are dinosaurs waiting for the comet to drop. Others have evolved and found levels of shelter that we can exist in. But there's a line that's been drawn. That line has been drawn between the audience that still consumes and depends on traditional media versus the audience that now starting to use or have been using for some time and watching the evolution of social and all the various tools. The introduction of AI is a new component that is also taking it to another level that we have not spoken about. So why are we talking about conventional versus social? Which social is an old intro. The newest thing is AI, and that is also coming and evolving to another level.
At a rapid pace.
My mother used to say, while the grass growing, the cow starving, because why are we talking about it? Why we read that article that based on what happened to Newsday, which is most unfortunate, the realities of it and the languaging seems to suggest that even those who contributing information to the article still hasn't gotten it. They still don't understand. They're still unaware, really and truly, in the broader sense of things, what is happening. We look at ourselves in the Caribbean, but we don't apply to what's happening on our world stage and how the evolution is taking place and how fast it's happening and what is our true reality. Because the reality sometimes is not a fight to survive, sometimes you have to say it's time to evolve. Sometimes it's time to drop this and start to develop this. Or why can't you continue doing what you're doing? You should be working vociferously on developing certain things so that they can now match, compete, or even complement what is being introduced.
Yeah.
That's just the reality.
I just use a gauge in terms of anywhere I go and people recognize me, right? So I'll tell you how it is going. The more mature person will say, Stefan, think, oh gosh, Pap, they will recognize me. The younger people will recognize me, but younger people will either recognize me from my profile on social media, or they will say, hey, my mother and them just watch you, So even in referring to how they know my face, it's based on an older generation watching me on television, right? And then you have people who do not know who recognize me but don't know that I do a morning program on Synergy TV. They just recognize me from my Facebook videos or TikTok content. Otherwise than that, they have no idea that I do a program on television. So I look at, and usually those people are, the ones that recognize me from TikTok and Facebook is a mix of young and mature.
The transition.
But the television audience is mature. And just like with everything else, like I said, generations change. And I am very aware that there is going to be a change in generation which has already begun. And I often think to myself, but what is going to happen when the generation of people that watch this program on TV, at home, right, on their television, forget the YouTube and things like that just for now. We're talking about in the conventional format of being, being accustomed to waking up on a morning, putting on your television to take in a morning talk show, that kind of thing in your living room, or from your bedroom or wherever. That format then that people have grown accustomed to. I am saying that when that generation changes, where will we be at? Because we have to think in terms of where we're going to be within the next 5 to 10 years.
And you're talking about this, Stephen, as though as this. I mean, you're saying it and I'm smiling because even what you're saying there does not take into consideration what you're talking about. Was getting up and watching TV in the morning. That is a new, in Trinidad and Tobago, that's a new concept. Think about it. When your morning show started, how many morning television shows really existed that had the level of prominence and strength and sense of purpose? All right?
Well, that's true.
We recognize the pecking order. Back in the days, news at 7 p.m. in the night was the behemoth. If you looked at the rate cards of every television station, it was priced based on news was the highest price thing because that was the most valued commodity because that's what people looked at the most. That has been shrinking to the point where, honestly, whilst a lot of people pump a lot of money into it, the relevance of 7 p.m. news is really moot because most of what is shown at 7 p.m. has already been ventilated throughout the entire day via social media, via a million other platforms. All right? We have to look at the pecking order of the mile. Newspapers was obviously the first to go because people buy a newspaper in the morning and they read it and it's done for the entire day. The two existing newspapers obviously are surviving because they're part of a conglomerate that allows for some level of support and one thing can support the other. So they're still in existence and that traditional medium remains for a number of different reasons. Some of it is just like retaining asset value, making sure it stays on the book. But really and truly they're making no money.
Right.
After print, the next thing that challenges television. Most of television, I mean, as somebody doing his job, we have to recognize where the strong points are. We are in a unique position at Synergy TV because we've been able to develop two of the most currently in the Caribbean, the most popular products. Your morning show and what we do in the afternoon with Crime Watch has a certain level of strength and sense of purpose that allows us a comfortable platform to stand on. And because we've been transitioning both gradually to social, we're in a unique position. You follow coming from. Radio remains relevant for drive time because once you hit the road, you need some level of contact or communication, and radio has maintained a certain level of popularity. So that is currently the strongest existing medium in conventional media, with probably the longest lifespan of retention. But the minute data accessibility in this country or in the Caribbean rises to a level where it's easily accessible everywhere, then radio is going to be immediately challenged because I can launch a podcast from my bedroom and build an audience and people can listen to it in the cars, etc., and go on from there.
Yeah.
All right? Television, because it's something you have to stop and watch, there are only certain times of the day where you're going to have blocks. People like to get up in the morning and figure out what's going on in the world, what's going on around the corner, what's going on up in town and San Fernando and in the country. And the only way to do that is to have that kind of formula where you can not just listen to what's happening, but see and interact and have that sense of presence. So we cannot make excuses or act as though, well, this is irrelevant and that kind of. We have to know where the pockets are. We have to understand what the evolution is. And we have to recognize, because like I mentioned earlier on, you have to look at what your corporate partners are doing. Everybody depends on for revenue to survive. Watch how much they're spending and what inroads they're making in ensuring that they have a presence online and they're using social and other online mediums to start to market the product and build. And as they gradually get people into that habit, they're going to transition. And we have to evolve in much the same way.
Wow. But I mean,
you can't cry about it. You can't. I mean, we have responsibility as managers. But unfortunately, in leading our pack, many of us as managers speak the wrong language. We don't talk the realities. We don't show them in real time what the practices are, because everybody in every job in media depends on the social media or the online data stream for their day-to-day functionality. And that is the weapon, or if you want to call it, that is the cancer that has invaded our industry, and that is going to be, it's going into a massive tumor that continues to metastasize. It's a kind of reality that you can twist it around and say something else. You follow what I say?
Yeah.
Right?
And
in the meantime, the most innovative and the most creative And the ones who are facing the reality in the truest sense of the word are the ones that are going to survive the longest.
Yeah, because I saw it happen in real time, eh? I'll tell you how, eh? I'll tell you how I know we're in trouble too, eh? And then listen to everything you said over the last few years, like preparing for this kind of moment not coming now. You know, like when you're watching a movie and they say, well, you know, the aliens coming in like, we have 3 days and they are to prepare. Yeah. Over the last few years, it's like you've been preparing for this crossroad here. But I experienced it in real time because, when I say it in real time, when I started the show, I remember that I would be up late until all kind of 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, looking for content. If you understand what I'm saying. Looking for content to full a 2-hour show. And so, you know, you're waiting on the news to break because you want to catch the latest news and something might happen 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the night or 2 o'clock in the morning and you're looking to catch everything as it happens, right? And then over the time, I started staying up less. You know, I stopped staying up later and everything started happening quicker. And it's because the news started to break even easier, so getting content was becoming easier. And then when WhatsApp came into play, where everything is on, we talk about Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, WhatsApp on your phone, with all these different groups that people form in and all kind of news groups and all kind of thing, the amount of content that flooding through those sources, of course, we have the responsibility of verifying if something is real or fake. But once verified, and it ain't taking long to verify it, but everything coming at you so fast that I could get content to fill a 2-hour show in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's the reality.
And you've answered every question or every problem that the media professionals have to put out there. A lot of them say, well, you know, we want to offer credible news and information, and we continue to be responsible. There are means of doing that now, as you just mentioned, that is way quicker and efficient and does not subscribe to that old model that they're talking about where you wait until you see a major newscast to know that something is true. Because with all the various groups, you yourself can verify information, right? Both by video, by talking to relevant people from the legal fraternity, from the police operations, etc. Depending on what the nature of the thing is from a political standpoint, you could verify. A minister don't have to get out of bed to answer you in the morning. You can respond in WhatsApp, and you can verify and transmit that information to the public. That level of speed and immediacy is so effective now, and it answers that question and that complaint that people put out that, oh, well, we remain the most credible source of news, and the conversations continue. And I know a lot of my peers and counterparts would want to criticize what I'm saying, but we're facing some harsh realities, and we have not yet. I listened to the exchanges that occur, and like I said at the beginning, while the grass growing, the cow starving, we are not practical in how we are approaching the evolution of media in Trinidad, Tobago, and the wider Caribbean.
Yeah. All right, well, Obi, thanks a lot, man.
No problem, bro.
Yeah. And you know, as we get ready to take the break, and we'll come back on open phone line and take some calls. The other aspect of it that has changed, I remember when I started to do the show, when you book a guest, the guests come into the studio, you know. What time you need me there for? 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7:15, 7:30, whatever time you need them there for. Because you know the show is from 6 to 8, right? And they would come down to the studio, right? Now, since the pandemic, with the Zoom option, is, I could do it on Zoom. So you don't have to jump in a car, you don't have to drive down the road, you have to take in no traffic. You could just wake up on a morning. For them women and them, they put on their makeup and everything. And you wash your face and you make sure you look presentable. And you could sit down right there. You could just put on a shirt and have on a short pants because nobody can see in your pants. And you could sit down right there in front of your laptop and you could do a whole interview right there from the comfort of your home. All of these dynamics have changed. Look at what things we learned in the pandemic that could happen. in terms of how you do your job, people who are working from home and things like that. Listen, the world has spun into this realm. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been left behind. You know what I mean? When I look, and it's not just the social media and the news platforms. It's the entire way that we embrace things, or we prepare for things, or we adapt to things. Simple things like, I am still seeing long lines outside TNTech for people who had to go pay their bills, right? People still go and pay the bill by TNTech. You could do that online. You could just pick up your phone here, type in TNTech on Google, boop, pay bill, this, that, bam, pay with your card, boom, your light bill paid. You finish pay that. You don't have to leave here to drive, go through no traffic, to stop, to stand up in a line, to wait, to go to a counter, to pay a bill. It's the same thing with your banking. No longer, I mean, people, now you have to make a payment. You could do an online transfer. Within seconds, you don't make your payments already. You don't have to go through the hassle of, you know what I mean? This is where the world is, and this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. The greater changes are coming, and it's coming at a rapid rate. When you look at where we were just the other day with ChatGPT, and I spoke about all this too, I'll tie it into Newsday and media as well. When ChatGPT came out, I remember people calling me, boy, Stefan, I'm going to be out of work just now. I say, why? They say, boy, you can check all this ChatGPT thing. And when I go on and check it out, you just have to prompt it, and that will write a whole proposal for you. So people who into marketing and all these little things and just do up all these little proposals and whatever, they're saying, well, I ain't going to be needed again. Because you have this technology that doing it for you in seconds, things that, according to them, things that would take them a whole week to prepare. Within seconds, ChatGPT rolling it out for you. Right? Now, you have to go through it because you will make your little adjustments. But the point is, what a week's work, done in a minute. And then, as we were getting accustomed to ChatGPT, because that was a new thing, boom, AI just dropped bam, from the sky. And then you were into a whole different level of technology. You understand? And this is the rapid rate at which it is progressing. So where are we going to be in a year? We ain't going to be here, I can tell you that. In terms of how we operate. There are going to be several things that are going to come up and adjustments that have to be made. And if you're slow to adjust, you will be left behind. You know what I mean? So I think in every business, whether it is media, whether it is fast food, insurance, anything, whatever the business is, you have to adapt. You can't fight it. You know? In the beginning, as conventional media, we might have think about, okay, we could hold our own. But how this thing has continued to develop and evolve, you come to the point where you realize we have to embrace it. We can't fight it. You have to embrace it, but you gotta be smart about it. So you have to know if you're embracing it, you need to know how you're going to, how this is going to be sustainable, how you're going to monetize this, how it's going to benefit your product then. It have a lot. We're going to take the break. As we go to the break though, I want to remind you about Keolic. Let me remind you about Keolic here very quickly. So the Keolic range of products backed by science, over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, all made from that aged garlic extract. And several products in the Keolic range include the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, and also the Keo Green Powder drink mix and the Keo Douglas probiotics. You can pick up any product in the Curelic range at a pharmacy or health store across the country. For more information, you can you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. I urge you to do so if you have any questions on any one of those products. It is 7 o'clock. We take the break. When we come back, we open the phone lines. Stay tuned. Breaking On continues.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited, quality you can trust.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. I'm going to open the phone lines. 327-7400. Let me open up the phone lines, take some calls. It's Monday morning. We had the opening of Carnival Village 2, where, listen, people enjoy themselves, you know. I telling you, people enjoy themselves. They had a hell of a time. But for some reason or the other, they heard the two words that, you know, those two frightening words, change and different. And I understand that Peter Kanai, who was on the show, the NCC chairman, while his address, they did boo him. But actually, let me just give you the headline. Let me give you the story here. Because it's interesting. Let me get the... That's somewhere. Let me just take this call here very quickly. Let me just, before I get to the Carnival Village opening. Yeah, morning.
Morning, Stefan. Stefan, congratulations to you and the GM. Well, you survived the wave. Congratulations.
We ain't survive at all.
TV. All you survive it. Listen, all you floating. Don't try to be too modest now.
No, listen. We floating for now.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's going to get sticky within probably the next 3 to 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and you're floating where you see people sinking, Stefan, let's be real. You floating, yes, you're floating. But you see people sinking. And I know it's a worrisome thing according to the bodies that speaking. It's a worrisome thing, right? And the dinosaurs didn't die because they wasn't strong enough. They didn't adapt. They didn't adapt to the situation, right? And I believe one of the things that really damaging was when conventional media, they didn't see the need to go into Maruga. They didn't see the need to leave Port of Spain, go down Erin. And somebody in Erin take the work from them. Somebody down in the bush take the work from them. And because according to Obi, from Saparia, I know him good at party time days. Anyhow, according to Obi, oh boy, I forget my train of thought.
When you mention the rural areas?
Right. The conventional media didn't see fit to go down there. And by the time the day finished, people already see nearly all of what you come in to report about. But you didn't go down as a media body to even further the story that you see on your phone. You taking the image, put it up on your TV, on your web platform. So you didn't go down there to further the mess of people. So you give people no incentive to read your papers. You didn't give people no incentive. You're doing the lazy part. You're taking what Stefan put up and you're running with that.
Right.
But
where do you,
congratulations.
Let me ask you something. Where do you get your, where do you get your source of news from? Realistically, do you depend, I mean, who depends on a 7 o'clock newscast in the evening again? I think viewership for that has dwindled significantly.
As my neighbor and some of your callers just say, it's very weird, and I just sit down and watch Parliament channel for hours. Now, that piece by piece, if I have the time, I watch it piece by piece because I want to get the raw news before people filter it, because social media have a way. Like when people were saying who the bald man was in the hotel room. So the media couldn't say that. The media couldn't call your name. You understand what I'm saying?
They couldn't say
social media was calling her name. But
even in my description this morning, I did not call her name. I said there was a particular minister in a hotel room in our video, right? Yeah.
Exactly, and that is a responsible thing to do. But social media have no cover for we mouth.
They will
we can go and post something. And somebody had to chase me down.
Yeah, don't see.
Right?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Cool, man. Take it easy. Yeah. No, but I mean, over the years, I am telling you, my job has gotten less sleepless. Let me put it that way. Morning, I wouldn't say easier, but less sleepless. Morning.
Stefan, good morning.
How are you, my dear?
I am good. I still don't know who was in the hotel room.
Well, it's you happy.
But I have been looking at you on Facebook for the longest while. That is why sometimes when I call, I would say, look, I ain't hear what the last person said because I don't really watch you on TV 100%.
Right.
Do you understand?
You take an issue on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
And with regard, when there was COVID, people started looking at funerals online. People don't have to come down from UK and Norway and wherever for a funeral now. So
look at that.
everything has changed.
Imagine that.
Everything has changed. People didn't have to leave Trinidad or wherever to go to a meeting in London or Paris or wherever.
Yeah.
Everything, you do it as well. I see they start doing it again. But anyway, people want to spend money. So anyway, but if I cannot tell you the last day I watched a 7 o'clock news.
Exactly.
I would listen to you and hear what you have to say. The phones. You know, if I put a rotary phone in front of my daughter, she don't know what it is. She'll watch it and ask how to text with that.
Yeah.
They don't know, and them things gone. You don't have those things anymore. How many people you know have a phone in their house? I have no
That's
phone in my
another
house
thing too.
besides my cell phone.
People don't even have a landline phone in
All
their
them
house
things
again.
gone.
Everybody has cell phone.
Exactly. And it is going to continue changing. You remember something called the Sun, even in the paper? The Sun.
Yeah,
and
the
them
Sun,
thing-
yeah.
them thing
I remember that,
gone
the
now.
Sun, the Mirror, the Blast.
Since you're small, them thing go on. Everything you want now, you pick up your phone and you're seeing it. You scroll through, you're seeing it long before it come on the news. As you were saying this morning, before you hit 7 o'clock news, you don't read that the day before.
Correct.
So anyway.
All right.
I wanted to talk about traffic fines, but goodbye. I ain't changing the topic.
All right, no
Goodbye.
problem, Pool. We'll get back to that tomorrow. Yeah, or as needed. And that's another thing too, that the caller just meant. News is something that is supposed to be current, right? But when you have a source that gives you the 7 p.m. news by 10 o'clock in the morning. Morning, where's the sense in watching the 7 p.m. news? Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, we know all media houses have a Facebook page. So as the article is posted, we get to read it immediately. We have to wait for the next morning to buy the newspapers to read it.
Yeah.
So the newspapers and them just shoot themselves in the foot. Right?
Okay.
Because everything on social media. They print the news before they print the papers.
Yeah.
Except one online and one physical in your hand. So all the, and earlier, before I went to commercial break, I talked about ChatGPT and AI and all the technology and all them things. So all the technology has advanced, right? Humans have it in their hands. So how common sense hasn't advanced yet? I haven't become more common.
Right.
Because I find, they say, open your mouth and remove all doubt. You see people posting stuff online for years. Right? And plenty of it making no sense.
Yeah.
Because of our phone and they can voice their concerns. But we need an entity like a media association, a proper media association, and certified news to verify what we're seeing in the phone as being authentic. Because they say AI exists now and AI is more real than anything else.
Yeah, look, just yesterday,
yeah, listening.
Just yesterday with the fake news that came out with the changing of the hours of license office. There was a document circulating and the ministry, and they had to, the document eventually circulated.
Who made the document?
Exactly.
Who made the document?
Somebody had to make the document, right? And put it out there.
Stacks from the Avengers make it. Somebody make it, eh? They're not Hollywood. Somebody make it.
Correct.
Somebody decide to put mischief out there.
Correct.
Right? And even, as I say with the BBC had shown, it have, they're showing a news report with somebody reading the news. And then at the end they say, who do you think this person was? This person wasn't real. is our AI news reporter looking just like reading the news on BBC is what BBC News who are BBC on cable.
Yeah.
Looking like a very authentic. So we need somebody to verify the stuff we get into the phone as being accurate.
Right.
Who verifying that? There was a whole body for that. There was TNT Media Association doing that. Who doing that?
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. 21 minutes past your 7 o'clock. Morning. Morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Stefan.
Yes, sir. You go ahead.
Mr. Stefan, I find you looking like the man from America, boy. You know who? Sugar Blocker, boy.
Who Pastor I mean, we all part of the Bowling Association, but I mean,
yeah, Mr. Stefan, what I had to say about this with New Zealand and thing, there's a thing that creep up on us here very gradually, and none of us are realizing that. Now, there's a certain type of people in Trinidad and Tobago that we feel that they support not important. And gradually, we might believe that the 1% is it. But if you go back to cricketing days, when I was young, going in cricketing days, in the oval used to be full. And these, I call them no race, nothing, but these are the people who were supporting cricket. And they moved their support. Now the oval will be kind of empty. Go right back to the Calypso 10 when they start to sing about these people and they remove their support. The Calypso start to drop, right? Go to Soca Muna. Gradually, these people's support is so important. And the news get real bias against these people.
You find so?
And these people gradually...
You find so? I mean, I ought to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
The news get biased. Yes, they get biased, Mr. Stephen.
Okay.
I don't read the news and I don't read the whole news day, right? I love to read papers. You wouldn't believe that, but I love the news day. And I know it has a lot of biasness in it.
Okay, well, but that's your opinion. I don't think so.
Right. Well, me, I'm against you for that, right?
Yeah.
I am against you, right? Because you, a fella, I just have real high on my agenda. You is top of the class. And my mother meet you and take out 2 pictures with you in a field day down when Shogunas or somewhere on that side. I wasn't there. And that picture put up in the house here, I can't interfere with that picture because I might get bite, right? So, she's kind of cherishing that picture.
It's all right, too bad.
Just like other times. So I know. So I ain't going against you no time because I will be in real trouble in this house. So
all right, no problem.
Okay, Mr. Stephen, thank
cool,
you.
Man. Yeah, you know, one of the callers mentioned a little while ago, and this is a perfect example. She mentioned that you don't even have to fly long time. When you have family that died, you would book a ticket and fly to Trinidad and Tobago for the funeral, right? Now you don't even have to do that. Is send me the link. And there's a YouTube link and the whole funeral is online. You understand? So, down to that element of life, which is the last element of life, which is death, even those behavioral patterns have changed. Morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Morning, man.
Well, it's nice to appreciate the modern day thing where the young people into. I hope the same young people who accepting this new culture, everything on their phone, will understand too that just now it doesn't work for them neither, you know.
Well, this is another aspect of it, you know, as the technology becomes more and more prominent and more advanced, it makes you wonder, you know, where exactly. Go ahead.
And that is my point. While you say this morning, the older generation, when them gone, what going to happen is the same issue I see in here. When the younger generation stand up against it and accept it, and it have them out of jobs, what is going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
With crime raise, with the crime raise in Trinidad and Tobago, because we fail to stand up against these things, because we say the cashless society. So just now we are no use for no bankers, nobody need banker and all them things.
But that already start, you know.
You're saying
that already start to a certain extent, you know.
Point.
Yeah.
And that is my point, because nobody's standing up against this thing. All we're talking about is first world and first world.
Yeah.
When you watch the foreign news, it's all day, every day, they're just repeating the same thing over and over. You know?
Right.
When you watch that foreign news, whole day, from the time you put on your TV and you've gone on foreign news, it's the same news again.
Same topic, whole day, every day until something new pops up.
Right, unless something new happen, they tell you breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news, and they show you when it will come up. But we're not into that yet. While the same politicians telling me we had to come up to first world status. So yes, I don't see myself as no third world, you know. I see myself as a new world person. We developed the last musical instrument and things like that. But because we have no unity among ourselves, people don't see we fail in many occasions. And now we just balling. Come up to first world status. It's the people in the first world who had us colonized. So if you're telling me come to first world status now, that is recolonialism. That is how I see nothing. I see myself as new world, means myself as no third world. Because we standard of education, if you go throughout the world, you will see our standard of education is very high.
Very.
Higher than plenty of the first world status. Right?
Yeah.
But we have it like a system. They program you. You wake up early, you bathe, you brush your teeth, you take breakfast, you go to school, you learn, you get your qualification, and you go and you look for work. They're teaching entrepreneurship and all them kind of thing. And they're phasing out work. So you need to teach entrepreneurship if we accept in this first world status thing and everything on your phone. Portal for this and portal for that and portal for the other. Have a nice day. I hope the young people understand what they're accepting and how it will affect them financially.
All right, cool, man. And you know, the thing is, right, all of these platforms and all of this technology that we're seeing today, I will bet my bottom dollar, okay, it's not being created by this generation coming up, eh? It's been created, I would think, by possibly a small portion of millennials, but a larger portion of the generation before them, and maybe a smaller portion of the generation before that generation. So from the generation X to the millennials, I would be a Gen X. So I am 48. I born in 77. So I would think that anybody born between 1970 and probably the 1990s, I would say that they are possibly, that is the bracket of generation that has brought all of these advances in terms of technology and things like that, that is being accepted by a younger generation coming up, you know. This younger generation come up haven't created anything yet, but they are the beneficiaries of the work laid by, I would say, that time frame from the 70s to the 90s or thereabouts. Anyway, morning.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
I think all of us missing the point here. We're dealing with time. And when you want something, you want it in real time. I don't have to wait on Stephanie's program in the morning to express myself. I can go on social media and do that. I can advertise on social media. I can become an entrepreneur on social media. I will sell my product because the advertising dollar to the media houses is costing too much. And then in politics, the media now is biased in particular way. When they were biased against the last government, they cut the advertising dollar and they started to promote the government. Now they're against this one now, so this government is not advertising. So media houses will close down. So we are in a new direction. We have to open up our minds and think positive and look at it and how it can work for us. And not stick in a time warp and believe that this is so and so and trala. We work in real time. And then we can express ourselves the way we choose to express ourselves and not be edited by others. And sometimes you want to get something across you can't get. Take for example, the Calypsonian. He has to wait on a radio program to play his song and hope that the listening audience who is listening will begin together. And this is why Calypso is dying. Upon man, the same thing and all too. There are talented people in all fields that is not advertised, that doesn't know how to get out audience for people to recognize them.
Yeah.
So the world is changing, and we have to work with the change. And if we don't do that, then we're moving in a negative direction. The media house, in terms of paper, is about trees. You're talking about saving the planet. So we have to preserve the trees. So the print media is going out, and we're going out into electronic things. And people have to work with that. Older people like myself and all, I still join the line in the bank because I don't understand the technology about online banking. And I still have fears about that. So until I'm not educated to the extent to understand that and to reach out to people and to get things done, then how do we go? If I want a doubles, we're saying cashless society, do I go and pay with a card? So the thing about it, there has to be a certain percentage of things in our balance. But until we don't try to understand and to move in that direction, we're not going to talk too long away. How about good,
No, it was going good, but yeah, okay. I have always said I cannot support a cashless society. I think that cash should always remain king. But there are aspects of a cashless society that I have no problem with. Like I said, online banking, paying your bills online, things like that. But cash is something that to eliminate cash completely, I cannot support that. Hello, good morning. But
Hello,
elements
good morning,
of a cashless I would. Yeah. Morning, go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. If possible, I would like you to play the song by Edwin Ayong, In Time to Come.
In Time to Come, yeah.
In Time to Come, because he predicted all these things. In time to come, he predicted the United States will have a black president, right? In time to come, there will be another black president, and it might just be a female black president.
Well,
right?
what's to say?
So you have to look at these things. Everything has its time and its place. Solomon tell you, under the sun, there's a time and a place for everything. Right? We move away from donkey cart. We move away from horse. We into vehicles now. Okay?
Yeah.
Just now, they already started in China, where they delivering your mail or your Amazon by drone. And drone is going to take it, bring it to your house.
Okay.
So in time to come, a lot of things will change. He even predicted that we would colonize the moon. Elon Musk is wanting to colonize Mars. So things are going to change, and they're going to look for certain things. You see the same thing with the ark, the Noah's Ark in the Bible. This is where they are heading, and they're going to pick and choose who they want to be on that trip. But if you study the word and you study the word properly, you will just have to think in your mind and go back and read that word, and you will see what is possible with what is impossible for man is possible with God.
Yeah.
So everything turns out to be, we already have it written in our book. And they tell you, when you want to keep something from somebody, put it in our book. And that is the book you have to return to in time to come.
All right, man. Yeah. All right, so I got to take the break. We got Eid Nights coming up after the break. And after Eid Nights, we're going to take another break and wrap up the program this morning. But look, he mentioned, it used to be donkey cart. Now it's in donkey cart again. The world has come at, leaps and bounds. All right? But most definitely, some of those conventional things that we are accustomed to or we grew up with, things that, have been a part of our life, or even in the simple way of saying this is the right way to do something and this is not. Somehow or the other, all of those things are changed. There seems to be 3 different right ways to do something now. Or 2, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, the wrong thing is the wrong thing, but, it seems to have 3 different ways of doing something and 5 different ways of doing something right. Because we all would have grown up with certain principles and moral standings and so on and so forth, and you were taught the difference between right and wrong, and you were taught how to do something, a proper way rather than the other way. But even those dynamics have changed as time has gone. So the world definitely isn't what it used to be when I was growing up. It has changed drastically. I will always remember my father is the first man I ever knew with a cell phone, with a Motorola cell phone. I think TSTT or one of them had given him this cell phone as a small businessman. And I remember the first bill, the first bill that he got was for 3,000 and change. It was like $4 a minute at that time. That's what the companies were charging, $4 a minute, but he didn't know he had to pay for incoming and outgoing calls. And my boy on the phone, man, and everything is this Motorola flip phone, this big Motorola flip phone that I give him, and when he get the bill, so he put on that phone and never used that. He said, nah. You understand? But I remember all of that, and then he went from that to where we are today, where you have a small computer in your hand, and you can access the world from it. You know what I mean? So even the way that children learn now, it's faster. Everything is just faster, quicker, sharper, more accessible, So that's where we are. And how long conventional media will survive in terms of the format of print and television and thing will be dependent on those who are steering the ship and the vision and the understanding they have for where the world is headed. And that's as simple as it is. We will take a break. When we come back, we will have Edenites with us. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Hey conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Is your life stuck in the same struggles again and again? Pandith Bhargav helps remove negative energy, solve love problems, fix marriage disputes, clear financial stress, and stabilize job and business issues. With accurate psychic, palm, and horoscope readings, he guides you toward the right path. His powerful 30-minute session brings quick relief and clear direction. Take the first step today. Call +1 868-347-2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, so welcome back to Breaking On. We're just about 22 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. And for the next 15 minutes, we will be joined by Eden Knights. Dr. Thompson and Dr. Navarro is with us. So we want to bring them in via Zoom. I don't know who's starting this morning. Thompson, is you?
So I'm going to let Dr. Navarro start this morning as he missed the first one. All right, but I'll just introduce the topic and then he will fall into place.
Sure, no problem.
Well, morning again to you. I hope that you had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was a little tiring, but good.
Well, thank God for the good part about it, not the tiring part.
Well, yeah, the tiring part wasn't so bad either, but nevertheless.
Definitely. Right, so we're going to be touching, of course, we're going to do an overview, right, but our main topic will be focusing on the engine room, of course, which is, we will be focusing more on the gut. All right, because we started last week basically on rejuvenating the body, resetting the body. So, of course, when you reset it, you have to start with the gut. If you don't start with the gut, if you don't clean out, let's say, toxic waste from the body, or some persons, they will use the word detox. And everybody loves to use the word detox. When you detox, you're looking at, of course, your body has the ability to detox itself, but if you actually use, let's say, for example, food, if you use certain type of enhancers, it actually detox even faster. And that is actually what you want for a person that is actually dealing with diseases, right? Because you don't want to leave toxic waste within the body for a long period of time. If that stays there too long, then of course poisoning starts to take place. So talking about the engine room, the gut itself, we have, let's say, 100 million, let's say, nerve cells that's actually within there. These nerves, if those nerves are not functioning properly, that's why some persons tend to feel very sluggish. They feel very exhausted, tired. Some persons actually complain about, let's say, the pain that cannot go away. Somehow they do so much of things and somehow that pain is not going. Sometimes there's a backup within the colon, and that simple backup or your waste management system is not functioning properly. All right, for example, if the garbage truck don't come at least every day to pick up the garbage from the road, eventually everything will start backing up, and then the place will start smelling. You'll start getting rats, you'll start getting flies. So this is actually what happens even to the human body. If the colon, which is what we're talking about right now, if the colon is not really functioning as it's supposed to, then you get that backup of feces, and then that's going to contribute to why your digestion is not working properly for you. So you're looking at some persons will have issues where they haven't gone up for 2 to 3 days. That particular person, sometimes they complain about pain, they complain about numbness or cramping in the leg. They of course complain about lots of gas and bloating, and these are things that generally happen if you don't clean out the gut properly. Of course, we have different modalities that we generally use at the clinic, or services that we use at the clinic, that persons can actually look into to help with that detoxification. So when you're resetting and you're renewing, the first place you start is within the engine room. When a person's brain is not functioning properly, memory loss, for example, most persons just look at the brain, but they don't look at the connection that it actually has with the colon. If it is, I've actually seen persons come into the clinic and they're confused, they're frustrated, and most of the time when you check, they are backed up with feces within the colon or back up with toxic waste within the colon. From the time you actually start clearing that toxic waste, many of them who are depressed, who have anxiety, who have, let's say, a simple thing as a back pain sometimes, actually do get a relief of those type of issues. If they don't get a relief, well, then we have other services that we could generally add to that. All right, so, well, I'll let Dr. Navarro come in now, and I'll take a little step back, and then I'll come in again.
All right. Well, Doc, where's Dr. Navarro?
Right here.
I don't know if Thompson realized that, but he intro that, he take about 5 minutes on the intro, so we have 10 more. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. That's good.
Well, as you know,
yeah, go ahead.
As you know, of course, all diseases start in the colon, every single disease.
Yes.
And that is because of the immune system. Remember that 70% of your defense mechanism is based on your probiotics. So when we do live blood specimens, and what we look for is hypersegmented white blood cells, which is the neutrophils, which is your main line of defense. So once that is compromised, we know for a fact that the immune system is not functioning. It cannot fight disease. And therefore, probiotics, as I said, we use 30 billion. One capsule is 30 billion per day, which is sufficient. And of course, we also use chlorella, which also helps. Japanese sun chlorella is one of the things that we use also, which is, if you do the studies on it, the cracked chlorella, which is a freshwater algae found in rivers and streams, and that helps to clean out the colon. There's a lot of studies on chlorella, and of course the probiotics. A lot of people use just probiotics, but we use the sun chlorella. Actually, I have a pack right here. This here is an excellent product, and of course you have the probiotics, which is 30 billion. So they take that on a regular basis, and it starts to build up the immune system, so the body is able to fight any sort of problems, allergies and stuff like that. And anything that manifests in the blood, usually we pick it up using the live blood microscopy, and the colon is a serious issue. A lot of people don't like the fact of putting a tube up their butt to flush out the waste, the excessive waste. But it's more embarrassing for some people than to say painful, because it's not painful. All right?
Right.
That waste that accumulates, remember something, I'm going to say this, every day your body needs to hydrate. It means that one of the other functions of the colon is that water and minerals is reabsorbed back into your bloodstream. Now picture having waste coating the lining of the colon, right? And the water has to filtrate through that, or the minerals and water have to filtrate through that, then back into your bloodstream. It's also pulling a lot of waste, and that is called autointoxication or self-poisoning. And that in itself will just create disease. As Dr. Thompson says, you're throwing garbage. If the garbage truck not coming and removing the waste from the body, it will accumulate, and then it eventually will lead to some form of issue or disease, based on your genetics. So it's important to detox. And of course, we have the 5 organs of elimination. What are the 5 organs of elimination? Lungs, liver, colon, kidney, skin. The skin is the biggest organ, of course, and you need to sweat in order to remove the toxins. The kidneys and the liver play a very, very important function. That's why you need to check those organs regularly, especially kidneys. If you see that you're urinating and you see a lot of foamy, bubbly urine, you need to check it out. Okay? And there are also, in cases of like diabetics, there are certain medications that they may use that could also cause damage to the kidneys. They need to check that out too on a regular basis. So there are certain signs that, of course, the kidney cleans the blood, filters it through the little microfilters in the kidney. So they need to check that. Liver, again, a lot of people suffer from fatty liver conditions, and that's a regular issue. Cleansing the liver, and like I usually give a simple recipe for liver cleanse, which is 8 ounces of fresh orange juice, 4 grains of garlic, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, if your blood pressure goes down too fast, then you should use 1 or 2 grains, right?
Okay.
And you use that for a week. You rest a week, and you do it for 4 weeks with a week rest in between, right? So that is a simple liver cleanse that you can use. And of course, there are things like for the kidneys, the colon, we have a very, very effective colon powder that we use. Now, when we cleanse the colon, we must put back the good bacteria. That has to be balanced. 85% of the bacteria is good, 15% is bad. Now, you cannot get rid of completely all the bad bacteria.
Right.
Because those bacteria are what we decompose of when we die. So you have to make sure that it is balanced. Once it's balanced, then your health is in good order. All right? We have to remember that. A lot of people give you stuff to clean the blood and all kind of stuff. We notice not everybody focuses on, I'm not saying that most natural clinics, but a lot of them, they don't look at colonics and the importance of cleaning the colon. And one of the things we notice that people who use colonics on our program, they heal faster, more rapidly. Because of course we know that here is where the defense mechanism is. Your colon is where all diseases start. Every single disease, whether it's cancer, heart disease, diabetes, if the rubbish is not, you're not leaving, getting rid of the rubbish or the waste from the body properly, you're going to have issues. You are going to have issues. And it's necessary for you to to eliminate the waste. You know, some of us say, well, Doc, I really can't, I can't handle that. I will skip that one. I say, but you're skipping the most important thing.
Right.
Whereas your whole defense. People come in with all kind of issues and problems. And from the time you tackle the colon and you cleanse it, the whole image of the bloodstream changes completely. You understand? Once you clean up the blood, it puts less stress on the other organs like the liver and the kidneys. So that's an important factor there, because you don't want to, when you have excessive amount of waste, you see the liver stress. We see it in the live blood analysis, right? We see where the kidney is stressed out too. We see these things as well. So it's important to make sure that cleansing of the colon, and the colon is operating properly. Not some people go off once a day, some people go off once every 2 days. That is constipation. Okay, so that is a factor that you have to look at here. And the other thing too, you look at your stool. You look at the color of your stool. If the stool is floating when you're going to the toilet, if it's floating, it means there's issues with the liver. If it's greasy and when it hits the bowl, you're leaving what you call skid marks.
Right.
All those things are things that you have to look at that indicates that the colon is not functioning properly. The organs are not functioning properly. Okay? So I'll transfer this to Dr. Thompson now. I think he has something else to say.
All right. Well, Thompson, we got about 60 seconds. But I just want to find out something. Acid reflux. I had some acid reflux this morning, fellas. And I don't know why, because I got up this morning and I had breakfast.
Right.
So, I mean...
I'll answer, I'll tie it into this. Most acid reflux, most of the time that I've seen where persons come in, they do actually have constipation. Or sometimes you may have eaten late at night and that could have actually contributed to the problem. A lot of persons don't look at stress actually affects how the stomach functions, so that can actually cause acid reflux to arise as well. So that's why when we're talking about the colon, all that is actually involved in it. Whatever affects the colon will also affect the stomach and how it functions as well. So when you're doing total detoxification or more or less just short for person detox, it takes starting with the colon and then you go into the other organs as well. As I said, we have 60 seconds. Just want to give the persons.
Well, not literally, yeah, but go ahead.
But especially
9196. Right, I think that's it.
Stefan, especially the liver. When you're cleaning the colon out, you have to tackle the liver. That's important. And if you have acid reflux, that's a reflection of the colon and the liver combined together, because the liver plays a very, very important part in the whole digestive process. So if you're not eating properly, of course, and there are certain foods that you're eating, it could affect the liver and the colon, and the acid it comes up, and it can also cause where the valve to close off at the bottom of the esophagus to become weakened, and that's called hiatus hernia. And that could cause, when the acid goes up there, it could cause burning and damage to the esophagus. So that's something that you have to pay attention to.
Yeah. I find over the last couple of years, I get acid reflux regularly. I'd have a box of omeprazole or some acid tablet on my dresser.
That is, you're controlling the symptoms of the problem. You're not dealing with it.
Right.
You need to do some colonics. You need to clean the liver out. You got to look at the whole digestive system as a whole, because that could lead to further issues and problems if you're not careful.
Okay.
And more serious conditions.
All right. Well, people, something for me to take a look at, of course. But you can check out Edenite's Clinic, of course. Dr. Navarro, Dr. Thompson, we want to thank them. You can check them out in any one of their 3 locations. They are located in Trinity, Chaguanas, and Tobago. And you could give them a call. The numbers are on the screen, 640-8985 or 613-7571. And you can also WhatsApp them. Thompson, what's your WhatsApp number?
493-9196. Also, just 2 locations, right? Trincity and Chaguanas.
Trincity and Chaguanas. All right, no problem.
Yes.
All right, so people, well, fellas, thanks a lot, and next week.
All right, have a blessed one.
All right, same to you.
too.
And with that, people, we're going to take the final break, and when we come back from that break, we will close things off for the birthdays, so stay tuned. We will be back after this. That was Ignite.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
At Lashana's Palette Design, we turn simple wood into stunning professional palette furniture for any space. Cozy up your living room, elevate your bedroom, dine in style or relax outdoors, all with custom designs made just for you. Bring your vision to life with custom-built furniture that tells your story. Call or WhatsApp us today at 868-366-0800 and follow our social media to see the magic at Lashana's Palette Design.
Yo, this is the ladies DJ Dr. Ross here to come out and support QRC 3-car raffle. It's always been extended, so don't be lucky and brave and coward and all kind of thing. Come out, support QRC 3-car raffle. 1, 2, 3. 3 cars! Get it.
By public demand, the draw date for the 3-car raffle presented on behalf of Queens Royal College is now extended to Saturday, January 24th.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger.
New draw date, Saturday, January 24th.
Tickets only $100.
All tickets already purchased remain valid, and additional tickets at $100 are still available at
islandetickets.com. Mott's Liquor Palace, Dingle Martin Main Road, Abana Supermarket, Sign Village Pinal, Uncle Beto Santa Cruz, Better Deal Supermarket, Cunupia and Aranguez, Khan's Liquor, Dingle Martin Main Road, Ramsing Sports, Chaguanas and Cuba, Bobby's Sport Curette, Mirage Supermarket, Sangre Grande, West B Supermarket, Dingle Martin and Tacarigua, John Supermarket, Upper Boards Road, St. James, Payless Hardware, Dingle Martin Main Road, Don's Roti, Pitti Valley, Mirage Westside Arima, Western Pharmacy next to St. James Police,
Pies Restaurant and Lotto opposite TTT. The deadline for ticket purchase is Monday, 19th January. Get your tickets now.
Queens Royal College 3-car raffle.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream, caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back, and we are at 8 o'clock. We got to wrap things up. I see Marshall drop. Marshall drop another one, boy. Just when I know saying that the Carnival birthday might pick up, he drop a tune called Encore. And he had one with Kutain as well. I don't know, boy. Boy just dropping music, boy. I don't think I listen to that Encore. Because that seems to be the one that he pointing for Road March. Although, I'm telling you, you see that bungee? The intro to that bungee alone win Road March. The rest of the song in another play. Just that intro alone. And it should win Road March. But anyway, this Saturday's experience. Yes, boy, the 17th, you know, Carnival don't start until experience. And as always tell people that, you know, that is your first destination for any Carnival in Trinidad. Experience. Well, I see they moved to Skinner Park now. So yeah, well, of course, they used to be at Brand Lara, so it's at Skinner Park. Yeah, boy, experience, boy. That is the fact, you know, I haven't missed that for at least 3 years. We'll see how things go this year. But anyway, birthdays. Happy 23rd birthday to our beautiful daughter, Jade. Jade celebrated her birthday yesterday, Sunday, the 11th of January. And this is coming from your mom, dad, Leah, Vincent, Charlene, Granny Barbara, Grandpa Leo, Zucchina, Eclipse, and your love, Luna. All right? Seems like only yesterday I was planning your SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer birthday parties. Now you're 23. Love you to the sun and back. All right, so happy birthday going out to Jade. Jade, happy birthday to you. And enjoy it. Yes, they grow up quick, don't they? In a blink of an eye. Whap. My 2 nephews, I remember my 2 nephews and my 2 little brothers. And in the blink of an eye, men walking already, yes? Good morning, Stefan. We would like to wish Simon Rampasad a happy birthday with God's grace and blessings, a long and healthy life with lots of love from his wife, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, his one and only granddaughter, and his best niece and family. All right, so happy birthday going on to Simon Rampasad, man. And then we got to say, we would like to celebrate my mother-in-law's birthday on Breaking On today. Happy 60th birthday to Gail Gorin. All right, the greeting is coming from her son Ricardo, daughter-in-law Darlene, and granddaughter Gabrielle. Have a super fantastic day. May God continue to bless you with long life on this earth, good health and strength, happiness, peace, joy, laughter, and all your heart's desire for this new year, 2026. Stay blessed and have a great celebration. They want you to know that they all love you as well. All right? So nice one. And finally, but look, my Run Stefan Run people, boy. Ooh, I'll tell you somebody Run Stefan Run this now. Birthday greetings to Annie Nelson, 110 years old as of the 13th of January, celebrating it tomorrow. So we had to bring it back again. Today's what, the 12th? Ooh, oh, so this birthday is for tomorrow. But we'll do it again tomorrow. It's 110 years. Right? And birthday greetings from her 6 children, Winston, Rufus, Ozzy, Clotilda, Maria and Thomas. Her son Rufus is in the photo attached. Rufus is the one at the Run Stefan Run. He's an avid listener to the show. So Rufus, big up yourself, man. Blessings, man. Blessings. And nice. Thanks for coming out to Run Stefan Run. And I tell you what, Run Stefan Run 2026 is on. It is going to be the 26th of April. That's right, Sunday the 26th of April. And Oh, don't worry. We have some things that we're planning. For those of you fun runners, you might have the opportunity, if things go well, to win yourselves a few people, not just 1 or 2 people. We're looking to make it happen for at least 5, 6, anywhere between 5 and 10 people will have the opportunity. I'm just telling all of this now. I don't want to get the cat out of the bag. But we're working on a 3-minute shopping spree that you could win. So there'll be games and stuff, and if you win yourself one of these shopping sprees, you will have 3 minutes with your trolley to run through a supermarket and pick up all the groceries you can pick up in that 3 minutes. So you're going to spend $200 to enter Run Stefan Run. You will come out, you'll have a good time at it on the day. We'll have all sorts of activities and stuff and giveaways going on after. A little entertainment as well. But you will have the opportunity to win yourself. If we could get to the agreement with that particular supermarket, you could get yourself a 3-minute shopping spree, man. Just run through with that trolley and just pick up things. So you could end up with thousands of dollars in groceries just by spending $200. And I know that will go a long way. We've been looking at what is going to go a long way. And a shopping spree in the grocery, for those who win the opportunity to do so, I think would go a long way for the $200 that you will spend to enter Run Stefan Run. We're also working on some other things that's going to make it nice and interesting. But we want people to come out. It's for autism. We're doing it for the Autistic Society again. So we urge people to get registered early when I say to. We haven't launched the registration just yet. But it will launch within before the end of January. All right? All right. So having said that, and that being the next event on the calendar, Run Stefan Run, Sunday, April 26th. We got to wrap things up for this morning, put it away until tomorrow, people. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please be safe on and off the road. A lot of people who come from south and the east have been telling me how wonderful it has been with so little traffic to frustrate them on a morning. And I think that just speaks volumes as to how many people are off the road right now that have either some defect to fix on their vehicle, or they just, the vehicle is not worthy to be on the road and they don't want to take the chance of getting the fine. And if we have that many people that it could affect traffic coming into Port of Spain, that we really need to check ourselves. All you're going to do what you need to do, and, let's be safer on and off the road, especially during this carnival season. Until tomorrow, people, we out. Goodbye.
Good morning. Welcome.